Hi, and welcome to Curriculum Night for Math 2. I am Mrs. Mock, the Math 2 teacher. This is my email address. If you need to get a hold of me, that is the best way to get a hold of me. So let's talk about Math 2. What is it? Well, it is essentially Math 2 and Math 3 are a traditional geometry and algebra 2 course combined. So they took about half of geometry and about half of algebra 2 and put them in each of Math 2 and Math 3. So the algebra 2 topics that we spend time on are they introduce complex numbers. We spend a lot of time on quadratic functions, rational functions, and square root functions. And then they get introduced to other function families and inverse variation. The geometry topics that we study include congruence and similarity. We write proofs in this class. We also look into right triangles, and then we get an introduction to trigonometry from there. And then our final unit of the year, and just a very small part of the year, is our probability and statistics unit. So class expectations and technology, we have, if your student is absent, I do put stuff in Canvas and I date it. So we aren't using Canvas as heavily as we did last year, but everything is in Canvas and everything is dated. So if they're absent on a certain date, they can just go into Canvas and see what we covered that day. And then they are responsible for getting the notes that they missed, either from a friend in the class, or if they need me to help them find somebody with good notes, I can help them do that. The two main internet programs that we use for practice and homework are IXL and Delta Math, so they will have homework on both of those at times. And then my policy of no work, no credit means that they have to turn in work in order to get credit for an assignment. So if they see a 0 in PowerSchool and they're like, I did that assignment, before they email me, please have them check their notebook to make sure that they submitted the work. Because if they didn't submit the work, there will be a 0 in PowerSchool. So grades this year, please check PowerSchool for grades, not Canvas. Canvas will not have any grades in it. And then the breakdown for this course for Math 2 is the same as Math 1. 40% of their grade is their semester 1 grade. 40% of their final grade is semester 2, and then 20% of their grade is their final exam. So this year they take an NCFE instead of an EOC. It is 2 hours exactly. There's no extra time. And it's a little bit shorter than an EOC. So their graduation requirements for high school, they must have 4 math credits. This will count as one of those. They got one last year in Math 1. So when they go over to the high school, they will have 2 math credits once they pass Math 2. The grade does not go into their high school GPA, but it will be printed on their transcript, just like their Math 1 grade will be. And then once they have finished this class, their next year they will take Honors Math 3. And then from there, there's a lot of different options, but this is just an example of what they could take. But they can discuss with their counselor what their post-graduation plans are and what the best pathway for them is. Again, this is my email address. If you need to get a hold of me, this is the best way. And thank you so much for joining me.